I run a business program here for CEOs, and one of the things that really amazes me is how 95% of businesses, small, medium enterprise, and small and medium enterprises, they fail in the first 5 years.
Okay.
So, do you have any insight on how that statistic can be improved?
You're in an area that's not my expertise, but to think about, the top thing that comes to my mind obviously is in regards to getting more sales.
Right.
So my perspective on that would be just taking the fundamental habits of leadership,
Right.
okay, and really focusing to make sure, am I doing what I need to be doing every day? Is everybody doing what they need to be doing every day? Are we getting distracted into other areas? Are we getting off our path? So keeping focus would be one of the things I would be looking at. Micro monitoring to make sure I'm helping everybody succeed would be top on my mind. Do I have an ambition that I'm really driving for, or am I finding the excuses as to why I can't do it? I think when you start looking at statistics of failure, people are quickly getting into why they can't do rather than why they can do. So every time somebody says this isn't possible, I would be asking, why not? What can we do? And to really stay with the positive, just the sheer drive on doing what they need to be doing and keeping focused.
I think that is absolutely brilliant. At the end of the day, it's all about leadership, and from the way you sort of give the perspective. Now, in that, I think one of them, everything was very interesting, but the key in micro managing, you can say
micro monitoring.
The distinction between micro managing and micro monitoring, and there's a very fine distinction that you made. It's all about micro monitoring.
Yeah, micro monitoring is when it's when a leader comes in and they have this sheer focus on helping their employees succeed.
Right.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm constantly looking, following through, thinking ahead of time. Do you have what you need to succeed? Are you doing what you need to succeed? And that side. Micromanaging is when I tell you how to do what you should already know how to do.
Right.
A third micro doing, is when I'm doing for you what you should be doing. Unfortunately, too many leaders fall into the latter two.
Right.
So they go do for their employees what they should be doing. They tell them how to do what they should be doing, rather than creating the environment for them to succeed. Right. And focusing on, are they doing what they need to be doing, and continually just monitoring to make sure that it's moving in that direction.
Right. And I think the key important point in that is to monitor for them to succeed.
Absolutely.
As opposed to monitor to make them wrong.
Bingo, you hit it. I don't know what it is. I've worked with leaders for a really long time. They have an innate desire to hear people say, I did wrong. Yeah. I'm like, I did wrong means nothing. What I should want to hear them say is, I succeeded. I should wake up every day wanting to see my employees succeed, hoping they succeed, looking for the opportunities to help them to get to success, because only when they succeed do I succeed.
Right. And from the book, that obviously there's tremendous amount of research that's gone into it from what you shared. How do you visualize business owners taking that book and starting to implement, the learnings from there? I mean, what's the beginning? What's the key point? Where do they start, and then sort of move forward from it?
That's a fantastic question. We're working with a number of companies to where they're actually taking the model and they're saying, we're going to use these habits in our own leadership.
Right.
So the CEOs are getting a coach who can coach them on the habits, which is probably me at this particular point. And then we're also doing programs to help them build it into their systems, to build it in their processes, to where this is how they're leading. Those habits are habits. They're habits that can be built. Yeah. And there's a number of companies, not just in Dubai, but throughout the world right now, that are saying, we want these habits. We want to lead that way. And they've just never thought about it. And the great thing is habits can be formed.
Right.
So it's possible for anybody to do it.
So, the visual that was forming for me as you were sharing the model is like there's the Mount Everest, which is the Mount Everest of success for every business. And there are people living on the land, and they've got to go to base camp and spend time in base camp to unlearn some of those habits, pick up some of the new habits, and move forward. So from a base camp perspective, how would the sort of a company get into the heart of it, from the leadership? And you just shared something, but is there anything else that you can sort of get into that mindset.
I mean, you hit a key point in there. I mean, obviously, we have habits of the way we lead and the way we work today. I mean, if I ask you to take your watch off your left arm and put it on your right arm, you would find it actually hard to even put it on the other arm.
Right.
So you're right. I've got habits that are difficult today that I've got to undo. But while I'm doing it, I need to be focusing on the new habits.
Right.
In my work with leaders for the last 25 years, why I have found that most leaders have bad habits because they don't know what the good habit is. Nobody's ever laid out for them and said, this is what a leader should be doing. So I guess I copy Waleed, my old boss.
Right.
He may have been good, he may have been bad, I don't know. So the beginning point literally is take the habits, learn the habits, because you won't begin to build a habit until you learn what it is. Right. So at base camp, when you're unlearning, somebody has actually said the habit you need is this now. Right. So he's reteaching you how to breathe. He's reteaching you actually how to burn your calories. Those factors are built into that. So the beginning point is saying, learn what the habits are, or be taught the habits and be taught how to do those. We've taken a step further. We have actually built a development program around it, and we've also built business success tools that go with it. So there's tools that help you become a monitor. There's tools that help you on what focus means. There's tools that help you on how do you make a decision. There's tools that help you on figuring out what ambition is versus what it's not. So there's tools that go with it as well.
Another very, very powerful distinction hit me in your presentation today is, there's the past, there's the present, and there's the future. And a lot of leadership is all past-based. And what you sort of presented over and over again is that the brilliance of the Weir style of leading is all future-based.
Absolutely.
And really sort of opening possibility and getting everybody who's a naysayer to start embracing that possibility and coming more from gentleness as opposed to I'm the boss, do it my way.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't see a tremendous amount of let's sit around and have review sessions and talk about the past. You see very focused on what are we doing, where are we heading, what's going to go on, what's in the future, and the intensity is very much on the future side. Very good observation there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely
Appreciate
brilliant.
it. Thank you so much. Thank you.